thoughts and ideas and things that I feel like would be of benefit to those around me and anyone who's on their own journey. Um, and I've been practicing this for quite a while, and I've been searching for the right delivery method to get some of these thoughts out. So this is the next iteration of that. So just with that lead in, um, a few thoughts came to mind for me during my run, and these thoughts and themes have been consistent over the years of this practice, and they have been cultivated and developed and simplified and curated even over time to attempt to distill them down to the purest form of what does practical growth look like in your life on an everyday basis. What are the activities? What are the behaviors that you are demonstrating for those in your immediate circle? And to the extent that you gain any bit of outward publicity or attention outside of your small immediate circle, which is where most people's attention stops, what do they see? Right? What does your behavior tell them? And is it intentional? Have you taken the time necessary to reflect on how you have showed up to this point, to see that all of what you've either been through or accomplished, or things that have been done to you or things you have done to others, has contributed to, notice the intentional language there, contributed to, but not defined who you are. Okay? As we take this moment right now in time to begin to think about what any bit of future development might look like for us, it's important that we recognize that and attempt to see our current situation accurately. The paradox of that is no one sees themselves accurately. That's right, that includes you. Yeah, the skeptical person that is watching this or comes across this and says, no, I've been practicing meditation for years. I've been doing self-development work for years. I've been getting coached for years. I've been part of Fortune 500 organizations that provide me all of this consulting and coaching and therapy and whatever label you would like to put on it. That person that tells themselves that story, you that's telling yourself that story, there's some delusion there, to say it lightly. And that's a word that is triggering to most. It's triggering to almost everyone. When you're told that you're delusional, that is the epitome of a rage baiting statement, okay? If you say that word to someone, it's almost certain that you will be met with significant resistance and excuses and frustration and deep anger, because no one wants to admit that they're delusional, right? But it's practical truth. I don't see all aspects of this experience perched from my current perspective. From the most humble place possible, that's a healthy mindset. That's a healthy statement that says, I give the opportunity to be, I don't necessarily know if you even have to say be proven wrong, but be shown that it's possible that you're wrong. And only from that place are you able to grow and develop beyond what you're currently experiencing. Now, what's really important about this is that I need everyone to stop listening, okay? Stop listening if you agree with this statement, okay? If you agree with the statement of everything in my life, now watch this, everything in my life is going according to plan. I'm never upset. I'm never frustrated. I'm never angry. I'm never triggered. If that's you, then congratulations, right? My invitation to you is to share your story, share your practices, share the things that you have done to this point, intentionally or just fallen into, that have brought you to experience that type of life, that type of reality. And make it available to others, right? Not from this feeling compelled or, with the idea of self-gain. Because if you live from that place, then there's no real you don't want the attention of others for your sake. You don't want to be attractive to others for your sake. You don't want to build an enormous, whatever thing for your sake. You do it from a place that is truly selfless, because you enjoy what most people are looking for. Okay. So again, stop listening, move on if that's your experience, right? So if you have full and complete bliss 99.9% of the time, all the time, just keep it moving. Do yourself a favor, celebrate that temporarily, and then share it with others. If you are not a part of that unbelievable select few people, you might refer to them as mystics, sages, whatever kind. Again, labels are not important. Whatever label you assign to them. If you are not part of that, and you are part of the majority, the people who have a faint desire, and I say faint, who have a faint desire to get better. The reason I say faint is because oftentimes our desire to get better is not stronger than the grip that our bad habits have on us, or the grip that society's conditioning has on us. We rarely question the things that we were born into. We rarely question our beliefs. We rarely question our family of origin and upbringing. And even if we do question it, the next steps that are necessary to grow beyond it and to fully develop outside of it are very rarely taken. And so we need to follow that thread through, right? We need to follow that thread through to its fruition. And there will be certain base camps along the way. There'll be certain moments of clarity, certain moments of just joy and appreciation for how far you've come, and some of those broken beliefs and some of those broken ideas that you've dismantled. There will be those moments. But those plateaus are temporary. Those plateaus are short-lived. And if you find yourself in one of those right now, if you find yourself there at this exact moment, I have the same encouragement for you. And that encouragement is go deeper. That encouragement is continue to maintain practice. And if you're interested in what that practice looks like, you can reach out. I'd love to hear from you. But for the most part, the outward communication of this is going to be how most might think, relatively vague. And that's intentional. The reason why it's vague is because if I give you life filtered through my experience, okay? If I do that, if I give you my filtered experience and attempt to convince you that that should be your truth or should be your experience, then I'm doing you a disservice. And any quote unquote guru or whoever, whatever, again, labels, whatever label you assign to the person that you look up to, if they dictate to you specifically what you should experience and what you should expect when you go down this path or journey, then they are attempting to filter your experience through theirs. And I would caution you. And this is not to say that you should carry shame or be upset with yourself or upset with anyone else if this is the first time you're hearing that type of advice. Don't be upset about it. Just change your behavior moving forward. That's a theme. That's going to be a theme of how we run this. Okay. And as much as those past experiences have shaped you, again, as a reminder, they don't define you. And so in this attempt to become fully present, become fully aware of this moment right now, born there is that's the spawn, right? That's the origin, that's the genesis of growth, is to get fully present. And I've got a couple little exercises that I encourage going through. But this is the first of many. I love y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Engage with the content. There's much more coming. And y'all be cool. Peace.